Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, that's right, we're going to be doing some cooking and all that good stuff. But before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about a little haul that we had the other day. We basically, well, actually not the other day, but yesterday, we went to the local farmer's market, and we were able to pick up a bunch of goodies because unfortunately, we're stuck in quarantine up until May 30th. Yeah, that's right. Today is April 18th. So they stuck all of Mexico for another month and a half of quarantine. So we're like, oh boy. So before everyone started getting all, crazy or what have you, we just went out and early in the morning and we just started stocking up on a bunch of stuff. Now, for now, what we were able to get was just a bunch of fruits and vegetables. We went to the local market. I wasn't able to take my camera because we were so busy stocking up, and you're gonna see why. But I'm gonna show you all the things that we got and kind of see if I can give you a little bit of a price estimate type of thing. But all right, so look at this. Look at this humongous pineapple. Look at my hand. My hand is huge. Look at, how about this? Look at this jug. You can see it in comparison. Or a 1 liter. Look how big that pineapple is. So we got this pineapple. It was about less than $2. We got some masa. All right, we're gonna be making some empanadas. We got some mangoes. Look at these yummy, nice mangoes. We got a nice pumpkin. We got a bunch of apples to make the apple cobbler that we love so much. We also got some beets. So I'm gonna be cooking these off in a little while, and then just eating them. You know what I mean? Just eating them as a small salad. Say, hey Christian, how's it going? Hey.
Hola.
We got some plantains. In order to make those fried plantains, those sweet, yummy goodness nuggets of awesomeness. Look, what do we have here? Lemons, tomato, avocado. What could this be? Are you making guacamole?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna be making some guacamole in a little bit. Look at all this. So these are sour oranges. It's just one we have here. We got all these little yummy bananas, little sweet, nuggets of goodness. Got a bunch of onions for all kinds of things. Some peppers. This one was for free. They just gave it to us. All this garlic, onions again. And so the thing is that we went to like a wholesaler. That's why I wasn't able to really bring the camera. But and so we went to look at this. We got these eggs. Look at that. Yummy eggs. A friend brought us some honey, real honey, awesome honey. We got, what do we got in here? And then we got, look at this, like all these potatoes, tons of potatoes, peppers, more tomatoes. We got tons of limes. We got a few beers left. We got, again, a cucumber. We got all this. We got carrots in here. We got mamey, which is a fruit. We're keeping in there is safe. We got a bunch of herbs like cilantro, mint, and a bunch of other stuff. And I think that's it. And then we got we're waiting on some milk to get delivered. We got more avocado, more mango. We're waiting for that so we can make a milkshake. So we got all of that for like around I think 25. Hold on a second. There we go. So I got all of that you saw there, eggs, every single thing that I just showed you. I want to say $30, $30 US for all that. And we got a lot of fruits and vegetables for at least a month, give or take. We'll see how much I eat, but we got it for a lot. All right, it's just me and her, and we don't need that much. We're not gonna eat that many onions. I mean, basically, right?
Baby onions.
Little baby onions, So, but anyways. So that's around $30 for that. Now, right now, I'm also getting delivered a bunch of other things like, here, I'll show you, just to give you an example. There's other things that I can't get, at that market, obviously. It was just fruits and vegetables, but I do have like one of those shoppers that goes to the Walmart or the store, the grocery store, and picks up things like coffee, all right? Or cans of beans. We bought these on our own, or some cream, or olive oil. There's a bunch of other things that we might need, like soap, what have flour. So those things, we just get one of those personal shopper things that you know, pretty much everybody has, and they buy all of that. And then they bring it. So we're expecting that to come, and I bought a lot of stuff, right? Too much stuff, but again, you know, who knows how things are gonna go from here forward. So that's why I decided to just buy a lot of stuff. So I just, you know, bought, again, over a month's worth, and that was around, how much is it? I wanna say 75 USD, give or take. So then all I gotta do is, I just gotta buy some meat, and I'm gonna be able to buy some meat for, like, again, another 25. So basically 125 US dollars to get groceries for a whole month. You know, stocked up nice and well. And I'm talking about everything from paper towels to Ziploc bags to fruits and vegetables to meat to the whole 9 yards. All right, so yeah, I mean, usually I never buy this much in bulk. I usually just buy little by little. I like going to the market, buying fresh and stuff like that. But what we're gonna be doing is that I'm gonna be doing a few things, like cooking all these ahead of time so that we have those to cook. And processing a few of these vegetables and the meat, you know, like freezing some of the meat and cooking, and then just doing a bunch of things like empanadas and all kinds of things like that, in order to, you know, be able to create things that we can store for a longer period of time, and then just have little snacks and all that, and make this stuff last a little longer. And that's it. You know, basically, when these start turning brown, all that means is that they're extra good and they go in a milkshake. I mean, that's it. So, you know, we don't waste anything. Everything is used. And like I said, I'm going to the meat market in a few days, and that's it. I'm gonna buy a bunch of meat and a bunch of like bones and a bunch of other stuff to make stuff with as well. And yeah, you know, hopefully last us for at least a month. So, all right, enough talking. Let's start doing some cooking. Let's start doing having some fun. So without further ado, let's get it rolling. All right, so as you guys can see here, we got the beets, and we're just gonna cook them. Now, you know, again, quick little tip: stick them in the pot first, okay? And then add water. All right, and I got one hand, so I'm gonna do this. You want to help? Oh, all right, look at that. Awesome to have an assistant. All right. Okay, so yeah, all you're gonna do is just stick them in there nicely, and then just add water to cover. All right, and again, you know, use the water that, if you're gonna use this water to cook with or what have you. I mean, always use the same water that you drink to cook with, if possible. All right, I don't know, that's just my tip. Sometimes you can use the other water. Again, the water here is not dirty. The water out here is just has a lot of minerals in it. So, but since we're boiling these, all right, so now we just take it to the pot, into the stove, and that's it. We boil them. Now, there's just a tip that I learned in order for them to come out awesome, that I learned, a little chef tip. You basically put them in cold water and bring them up to a boil. Ideally, or you know, initially you might think, oh, let me get some boiling water and throw them in the boiling water. But, you know, in order to speed up the cooking, but since these things are delicate or what have you, I don't know, this is what I learned, and it just comes out better. All right, so you can do it for yourself. And yeah, so just put them in cold water. It's gonna take a little longer, obviously, but just put them in cold water. No salt, no nothing, just water. Bring them up to a nice simmer, nice boil. And then once this is almost done, how do you check? We just stick like a toothpick in the thing, and we'll check together. All right? All right, guys, so now it's guacamole time. So we're gonna have Christian do the honors of making guacamole, and I'll just act as a translator as we go along. So without further ado, Christian, let's make some guacamole.
Hello everyone, we're gonna make some guacamole. Primero vamos a tomar este aguacate y lo vamos a cortar.
So first of all, we're just gonna cut this avocado.
Un tip: para saber cuando un aguacate está realmente maduro, cuando vayan a elegirlo y no apretarlo y no magullar la verdura o la fruta, pueden checar aquí. Si esto está de color café, quiere decir que ya está listo.
Okay, so in order to check, a little pro tip on how, avocado pro tip on how to find out if it's a really good avocado, I mean if the avocado is ripe, make sure that this is a coffee color. So like this is the color. I mean, you know, instead of squeezing it and all that stuff and like, you know, making guacamole within here, what you can do is just look here and
Bueno, ahora vamos a picar.
now we're gonna cut.
Vamos a cortarlo a la mitad.
And halfway first.
Hacemos un movimiento así y ya está
Ta-da.
listo. Está un poquito golpeado, porque eso ya está muy maduro.
Yeah, twist and shove. See, like she says, it's a little bit brown, but that's only because it's extra soft, extra done. But it's okay though. We can still, it's guacamole, so we're in good shape. No worries.
O podemos
Sí.
hacerlo con un tenedor.
All right. All right. No worries. I'll get it.
Necesito una cuchara.
Okay, I'll get that for you. Okay, so I'm gonna get into the spoon and get the avocado off the floor.
Sorry.
See, she's just like me. We plan ahead. And notice, I'm sure that a lot of you guys might have already gotten that brown stuff and taken it out and not used it. But again, it doesn't really mean, it just means that it's just a little extra bruised. But it's, again, just look at it like a banana, you know, with the brown spots. You know, the people that know, you know, those brown spots, you know, it's a fine line between, it's rotten and fine line between sweet, yummy goodness. So here we're making guacamole, you know, the little extra brown spots are, you know, again, it's just the same thing with the banana situation. So it's just extra ripe. So we got the avocado at the best possible. All right. Again, we're making guacamole here, so you know, it's not a presentation per se. That comes later.
Bueno, ahora lo que vamos a hacer es aplastar con un tenedor.
And now we're just gonna squash it with the fork. That's it.
¿Cuál es la diferencia de squash y smash?
Oh, nothing. Squash, smash, destroy. No. You can use a bunch of words. Destroy is not a good word. No, not a good word for this. But yeah, smashing it. See, right now you'll be smashing it or mash. Como mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be mashing it. So, porque es lo que estás haciendo. Me explico, ¿sabes? What you're really doing is mashing it, but you're also smashing it, and you're also smushing it, and you're also squishing it, and you're also aplastándolo. That's Spanish for squashing it. Oh, squash. That was the word I was looking for. And squash is also the summer vegetable that we all love. That's squash, right now? That's right. She knows squash.
Sasquatch.
That's right. Sasquatch. I'm the Sasquatch. And that's it. We're just mashing it away.
Entonces hay que hacerlo hasta que quede un puré.
And just do. You're making a puree.
Depende, si les gusta los pedazos de aguacate.
Right. It all depends. If you like it chunky, you know, you don't smash it as much. If you like it smooth, you smash. Smash.
Todo esto se puede hacer con cualquier tipo de aguacate.
Oh, and you can make it with any kind of avocado, as I learned earlier. So, but, you know, most of you guys know only this avocado. Unless you're in other parts, like if you're in, like, let's say the Yucatan or in South Florida, like in Miami, and just other areas, we have the big green avocados. I'll see if I can find a picture of one now and show you. And those avocados are more watery. They're just a different texture, but if you get them ripe enough, they make even better guacamole than this. But this is the typical type of avocado that is used for the guacamole that most of you guys know.
Ahora vamos a agregar un poco de sal.
A little salt.
Que por cierto no dimos los ingredientes antes de
No,
empezar.
it's okay. I mean, she's asking, it's like, oh, we forgot to give the ingredients earlier. But this is only a few ingredients, and we did name it earlier. We did. I know, I remember. So just a little salt. And by the way, you know,
Pimienta.
a little pepper, okay? That's it. Yummy, yummy. Look at that.
Y seguir revolviendo.
And just keep mashing it together.
Lo pueden ir probando para checar cómo está de sal.
And then you
si
just
está
taste
más
it.
salado.
You know, taste it to make sure that it's the proper seasoned.
Ahora lo más importante para que no quede negro, el limón.
And then there's the most important part, so it doesn't get black, and at the same time, it's you know, gives it the flavor. I love it extra lemony. Yeah, she was just smelling it because these are extra lemons that we had yesterday from from takeout tacos. We had some late night tacos, and so they
Mexican way.
That's right. So we had some extra lemons, you know. So we're not gonna throw them away. So we're just reusing them right now.
Porque pues son limones frescos.
Right. I mean, yeah, they're fresh
Ya sabemos
lemons.
dónde vienen esos
Oh,
limones.
don't worry. You know, they don't have to explain it to these guys. It's okay. They know. They use fucking ketchup packets and shit. You know what I mean? And everybody back home has a drawer full of all kinds of packets. You know, from all kinds of restaurants. You know, from Taco Bell to mustard to ketchup to you name it. Probably avocado. I wouldn't doubt it. In fact, that's something we can do. In the comments, let us know what's in your packet drawer. You know, what do you have in there that other people might not have? Everybody has ketchup, soy sauce, and you know, Taco Bell sauces. But what might you have in your drawer that others might not? All right, enough. Look, cheers to anyone out there that can still get some beer. Oh yeah, I forgot. Only Mexico can't drink beer. Anyways, it's only for a limited time only, until people start rioting on the street.
Un poco más de limón.
More lemon. I love it extra lemony though. That's the key to good good guacamole in my eyes. You know, everybody makes it different, but I think, you know, it has to be properly seasoned with salt, pepper, and lemon. And then everything else is an extra accoutrement. You know, le va a echar cilantro.
Ah, podemos echarle
See?
cilantro.
So a little cilantro in there. We got a little onion. We got a little tomato, and we're probably not going to add all this because we're going to be making some ground beef because she's going to make some empanadas. So I'm going to do that. I also got some cheese, some Monterey Jack. That's right. Got the hookup. I got that hookup to get that American cheese out here. Look at that. So we can make some empanadas. All
¿Quieres probar?
Let's see.
Tú me dices si le falta más limón o no. ¿Más
Yes.
limón? ¿O está bien?
Let me see. Sal.
Bueno, es
Yummy.
al gusto del cliente. ¿Eh?
No salt. It's good though. Good stuff. That's it. We're good to go. Un poquito más limón si quieres. ¿No te está bien así?
Para mí está bien así de
All right.
acidez. No necesito tanto.
Ah, okay,
Igual
she's
el
okay.
limón ayuda a que se incorpore mejor.
Yeah, I love the lemon.
Ahora vamos a cortar un poco de cebolla. La vamos a cortar en pequeños trocitos para que... Bueno, a mí no me gustan los trozos grandes de cebolla, entonces lo voy a hacer súper chiquito.
Alright, so now we're just gonna cut these onions into little pieces. And she likes little pieces, so we're gonna go with that. That's what she was saying.
¿Qué?
No, trasladando.
No me juzguen por cómo corto la cebolla, por favor.
She's like, don't judge her for how she cuts onions. Cualquier cosa que sobre yo lo uso después, acuérdate. It's like, don't judge her onion cutting skills. Yeah, they're awesome. Look at her go.
Yo no soy chef.
It's okay. Don't worry. You still make awesome food. Home cooking is the best cooking. That's for sure. Que cocina en un caso es la mejor. Que es mejor de un restaurante.
Sí.
Home food is nothing like home cooking.
O sea, sé que hay cosas que hay que cocinarlas rápido. Porque el guiso requiere a veces que sean
Right.
rápidos. Pero no.
Right. Sometimes, it's time for fast food, but for the most time, it's always time for slow food. the good food. It's just nowadays we don't have that much time in our days to make some of the slow food, but you know, we're here in quarantine, and who knows how things are going to be from here forward, right? So we might as well start getting used to slow living again, enjoying life. Why not? So one of the awesomest things about life is making yummy food, which is what we're doing.
Exacto. Yo cuando hago guacamole es porque de verdad se me antoja el guacamole y quiero pasar un momento como relajada, con una cerveza o algo así.
Right, so she says that really when she wants to make guacamole or something like that is when she feels, you know, she's just relaxed and chill. She just wants to, you know, have a beer and have a relaxed, chill day, and that's what we're doing. I mean, that's yeah, we've been doing a lot of that. You know, I'm gonna make some apple cobbler later, and I'm making the beets over there on the stove. You already know that, and so on and so forth. And we're just having a chill day. And originally, even as I was trying to film this, I was trying to figure out, you know, what we were gonna film and what we were gonna do. And yeah, then we're just gonna put it all together, just a lazy Sunday afternoon.
Bueno, ahora ya lo vamos a agregar a la mesa.
Let me just add some now. There. And whatever extra, whatever all these things here, I'm gonna use later. We're gonna use those for the meat filling. So.
Sí, porque tienes mucha cebolla.
Yeah, no te lo eches todo, no, just add what you need. That's it, no hay que le echar lo que necesites. Si tú quieres sacarle, you want to take some out, you can take some out. Okay.
Ahora vamos a cortar el jitomate.
¿El qué?
El jitomate.
El jitomate.
No, bueno, el jitomate es redondo, ¿verdad?
Look at that, that's why, no tomate.
Tomate. Sí.
¿Por qué le dicen jitomate?
Ah, es que hay, como ustedes saben, hay varios tipos de tomate.
That's a Roma tomato.
Exacto.
But you guys call it?
No, yo lo dije mal.
Oh, okay. So a jitomate, sorry, I almost dropped the camera there. But a jitomate is something else.
Es el redondo, el grande.
Oh, okay, so a giant tomato, the giant red tomatoes, the jitomate. Yeah, because I've heard that before, I don't know what it was though. So I guess it's just another varietal of tomate. So this is just a Roma tomato. So que le podemos echar todo eso a la empanada. El tomate también, ¿no?
Sí. Podemos hacer igual pico de gallo. Ah, tenemos
Tenemos todo.
Tenemos todo.
That's right. She was just saying, oh, we can make pico de gallo. I'm like, yeah, that's right. We can make all kinds of stuff. We got it all. We got it all. We went to the market and said, give me all of that. And they said, yeah, no problem. And that's it. Actually, it wasn't like that, but you know, we were just more like shopping around. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna add all the scraps. You know, they're going inside the beef later on. And then here we got a little cilantro. Some kick-ass guacamole. Vamos a hacer todo el tomate.
Vamos a ver. Vamos a revolver un poquito.
See how we're doing here.
Pero sí, se ve rico.
Looks yummy. What do you guys think, huh? Looks delish. Echarle más. So she's gonna add a little bit more stuff. In the meantime, while she's still doing that, let's go check on the beets. This ain't the beets. This is the beets. This is the beets. This is the beets. This is the beets. Yeah, they're delicious. So, all right, hold on. Well, yeah, we're gonna get a toothpick. I'm gonna check them, all right? Look at that, one-handed, like a boss. Still a little hard. We're almost getting there. I'm gonna flip these around a little bit. I covered them. I added more water a little earlier. But we're almost there, almost. Okay, they're pretty much all the way cooked through. I just want them a little softer, but they're almost there. So let's oh, and you see how like the skin already kind of like falls off? It's gonna be very easy to peel. And you peel them when they're hot. Okay, and normally, you know, obviously you want a bigger pot, a little bigger area, but you know, we're doing what we can here. It's not a big deal. and then we're gonna cool these off, and then that's later on we could just grab a cold beet from the fridge and just make some salad with it. So easy peasy. All right, let's go back to see what she's doing over here.
Listo. Un tomate.
All right, she added a whole tomato and half an onion, a little less than half an onion, 40% of an onion.
Bueno, ahora vamos a picar el cilantro.
And now it's cilantro time.
Bueno, eso es opcional, ¿eh? Eso sí les gusta. Hay gente a la que no le gusta.
That's right. Some people are allergic to cilantro out there, or some people hate cilantro. We are not those people. So we opt in on cilantro. So we're gonna add some cilantro. And another little pro tip, as you see how she's doing there, where you get all the leaves, and you kind of like smush them together, kind of like fold them together, roll them together, you know, like that, and then just it's easier to chop. And when you chop, you're chopping through several layers of. And that's just for any herb. And you know, all that stuff about like, oh, you cut this too much, or you do this and you bruise it and you that. Like, listen, man, just again, you know, there's so many different techniques and different everything for different things. So in this case, this is perfect. Unless you're gonna do a chiffonade of some basil or something like that over something and it needs to be beyond perfect, this is perfect. And that's it. So now we're adding cilantro. Sorry about my color commentary. I think you guys enjoy it. Like,
Bueno,
all
ahora
right.
necesitamos
Back to the queen of the kitchen. Now we need, what do we need?
algo para comerlas.
Oh, that's right. And she says we just need one thing right now, which is we need something to eat them with. Yeah, you know, we kind of messed up. We know no compramos tortillas chips.
Yeah.
You see, I knew it. You know, when you place your order and or you leave the store and then you realize, or you think you got everything, and then at this moment right here is when we realized we didn't get chips. We have potato chips, but it's not the same, right? It'll do, right? Let's get those potato chips.
Lo ideal sería unas
Tortilla.
tostadas, obviamente,
Tortilla
de
chips.
tortilla. Pero no tenemos,
Okay.
porque somos unos noobs.
We got these. Let's try this now. Here you go. All right, look at this. Let's try this out. Yeah, a lot of guac on there. Here, you guys try it.
Muy bien, excelente. ¿Saben cómo estaría mejor? Con tostadas.
Yeah. She's like, how will it be better with chips, with tortilla chips? This is delicious though. Wow, qué rico! How delicious! Look at this. So yummy. That's it, and we're done. All right, guys. So now we're gonna do the beets real quick. All right. So it's very easy. All right. As you guys can see, they're done. So we're just gonna dump the water. Look at that. Marina Abramovich, eat your heart out. Okay. So now we're just gonna cool them off real quick. All right. This water is hot as hell because it's like 115,000 degrees outside. So we're just gonna cool these off a little bit, as you guys can see. Okay. It's hot, hot, hot. We're just, you know, we're trying to add some water here. Oh, I know what I can do.
Eso es para detener la cocción.
All right, we'll just add some ice in there. And boys, to help the cool down. Okay. And that's it. And as you guys can see, look how easily it already comes off.
Wow.
See?
Sí. Wow.
That's it. And then, you know, the rest we can just grab with a little knife, you know, we can just cut the little pieces off. Yeah. Over here.
Qué bonito, me gusta ese pulpo.
Right? Beautiful color. And look how, again, look how easy it just falls off.
Sí.
Okay?
Oh.
That's it. That's the key to peeling a lot of things, believe it or not. It's just in like heat. And so right here, it's right. They're still hot, but they're cold on the outside because I just, you know, shock them with some water real quick. Okay? And so now, what we do here, let me wash my hands real quick. Grab the guacamole knife. And then, see? Just nip the tip. These are still hot. And this one's hot. Got it. That's it. Hot.
Wow. Sumérgela.
Yeah, because you know, again, like I said, the skin outside is cold, but you let them sit out, the heat from the inside really comes out, and that's it. Easy peasy. And then later, you know, what we do is now I'm going to put these in the fridge. In fact, hold on, let me. And so now we're just gonna let these cool off. All right, and once they're all the way cool, all the way through, then all you gotta do is, So all you gotta do is just slice them. All right, nice little thin slices, and just make a little salad out of it. Olive oil, some sort of vinegar, like really good vinegar, like a nice really good vinegar, and some salt, pepper, and that's it. Delicious. She's had them before, right? They're delicious.
Sí.
That's it. And so right now I'm going to put them in the fridge a little bit so it can cool off a little quicker, but we'll just keep an eye on it. Normally I would put them in the fridge, in the refrigerator, but it's packed full of stuff, and yeah, you know, as you guys can see, it's really hot out here, so cool air is finite. So I'm going to put them in here, keep an eye on them, and then put them in the fridge eventually. That's it. All right. On to the next one. Look at that. We got some garlic, 1 tomato plus the scraps, and just a little bit of what the onion we had left over. All right, we did not use the other half. So just again, 1 tomato, some scraps, some onion scraps, a little 1 clove of garlic. We got cloves here. She's gonna add, I think 1 of these or 2. I'm not sure. I think 1. Right now, 1 clove. We're gonna add a little bit of bay leaves. Sorry, I had a little brain fart there. A little bay leaf, a little pinch of cumin, a little pepper, a little white pepper. Got a little oregano, and just some salt. Shout out to our friends that gave us the salt out there. You guys know who you are. Shout out to Candace and James. Thanks so much. We miss you guys. We miss you guys, by the way. All right, so we got the oil here, and then we got some meat. All right, look at that. We got some meat, and we're gonna cook that meat. Listo. Yeah. This is like a Mexican meat company purveyor. They're the best ones because whenever I get anything from Walmart out here, I don't know, it's like kangaroo meat or something. It's like the weirdest thing. I've never seen that in my life. So I don't purchase from Walmart. And I just rather get it straight from the purveyor. I'd rather get it straight from the purveyor, and then that's it. Right. So we're cooking the meat. Once the meat is brown, then you know, we let go some of that juice nastiness, you know, that ground beef kind of like makes. So we're gonna cook a little bit. I'm gonna drain it, and then that's it. We're gonna add all that stuff over here, and then once we cook all of that, once all that's cooked and done, then we're gonna cool it off. We're gonna be making some empanadas. Man, this smells really good. She got it from the local place that makes tortillas and stuff like that. So it's like pure masa. Can't wait for that. This smells delicious. So look at that. Just break that up. Brown it up. Drain it and add the stuff, and we're good to go. All right. So we'll be back once it's all done. We'll be back.
Las patitas del coronavirus. Voy a acercar esto. Mal recuerdo de algún día. Así pesa mucho.
Bueno, como tú quieras.
No lo quiero tan orégano.
Alright, so I'm gonna check it out. Pretty much almost done. We're giving your last final little cookity cook. Last thing I forgot to mention, we added a pinch of nutmeg and a pinch of sugar. Okay? We want to make this a little sweet, so we added just a pinch. I mean, like a little itty bitty pinch and just a tiny pinch of nutmeg, okay? Just to make sure, and as you guys can see here, look at that, I gotta put this in the fridge actually for a minute, but we're getting ready to make some apple pie, apple cobbler, so I'm getting that ready. Got the apples here. If you want the full recipe and the full episode on just making apple cobbler, check that below. In fact, I'm gonna put that at the end of this video, okay? So you can check out how do we make the apple cobbler, but look at that. All right, you already know the deal. We got the oven preheated this time. All right. We're gonna get back to this when it's empanada making time. All right, guys, so there's the masa to make the empanadas. So now we're gonna make the masa, right? Hacer la masa, that's what she said. So she said we got some olive oil, we got water, we got more salt, and we got this plastic bag. Now, what were you doing to the plastic bag? You were cutting it because you were gonna use one side of the plastic bag to put on the bottom and then the other side to hold on top to make the tortillas. I don't know, you guys will see in a second. But you guys can do this with a plastic bag at home. Okay, so just yeah, see, plastic bag, and then you just cut out there you go.
Tenemos que improvisar.
Just improvise. Okay, so now as you guys can see, ta-da! We turn one plastic bag into two. So we just put one down. We got the fan going because it's like 100 million degrees. Oh, there you go. So she's just trying to figure out. We don't have a tortilla or whatever.
Tortillera.
A tortillera. We don't have a tortillera, you know, which is the thing to make the tortillas. So we gotta improvise and just. But you guys can, again, same for you guys. There's a way that you guys can also learn how to improvise. And again, just a plastic bag cut in half. Get a pot, and that's it. So now what she's gonna do is she's gonna add all this in there, mix it up, and we'll see what we'll see. I don't know. I've never seen this before. This is the first time for me too.
Primero vamos a preparar la masa.
So first we gotta prepare la masa.
Pura de maíz.
And that's just cornmeal and water. And we buy this at, locally. And so they make it locally. So, you can make this at home with the cornmeal, that whatever cornmeal situation and with water. And mix it all together to make this. Or, if you're lucky enough to live in a place where you can get this handmade. Which is, this is made from real corn, right? Yeah, so this is actually made from the real stuff. This is corn and water. Entonces agua y maíz nada más. Yeah, there's no flour or anything like that. This is water and corn. And normally you would get the cornmeal like in a powdery thing. And you would mix it with water and then you get something like this. But this is, again, pure corn.
Primero vamos a echar la sal. Bastante sal. Porque pues es simple.
Tons of salt.
Ok, ahora vamos a echar el aceite.
Olive oil.
Eso nada más es para mantenerla hidratada. Por lo general se usa manteca de puerco.
Okay, normally you would use pork fat, but we don't have any pork fat here. Lard. So we get some olive oil, that's what we'll do, and it's just to keep it, moist.
Y el agua igual para lo mismo.
And same thing as water.
Poquita.
And then you're just adding a little bit of water. That's it.
Muy
See?
poquita,
Just
porque si le echan demasiada va a quedar aguado.
yeah, like a tablespoon or two of water. That's it. Just a little bit. It's just to moisten up the whole thing again in order to get it ready to make empanadas or tortillas or whatever you're gonna make.
Sí, esta por lo general es para. Esta masa es para hacer pues la tortilla de los panuchos, los albutes, porque es como un poco más gruesa.
Okay, so yeah, this is like not the typical corn. This is not the typical masa that you would use to make tacos out of, which is not the tacos. What is it? The taco shells or taco shells. I'm sorry, because I know, I'm American, all right? It's all right. The whatchamacallit, the tortillas, the corn tortillas that you would just make the tacos with. So there's a different kind, different process, how they mill it, okay? Because they mill it just like you would mill flour, and you would mill like anything like that. So they mill it, and again, it's raw corn that they mill in order to, with some water, and then you get this, and then we're just, again, moistening it up in order to make the empanadas with. That's it. A little bit more oil. So yeah, like basically it's all to feel, to touch. So again, these are some of those things that are really hard to convey through a TV screen or what have you. She's just been tasting it and feeling it all along, and that's how she knows. So again, it's like one of those you might not get the same results at home. All right, so she's about to make one empanada. So we're gonna go through that whole thing right now, okay? And then again, just multiply the process multiple times. Probably get like 20 out of these. We got the meat here, tastes delicious, smells delicious. But anyway, she just makes a small little ball. She puts it in between one of the plastic, okay?
aplastas un poquito, que esté parejo.
I think you guys can see the plastic there, see? Okay. And it puts another plastic bag over that.
Esto es si no tienen la tortillera.
And then, yeah, if you don't have the tortilla, you know, the tortilla maker, then you just do this. You get the perfect, bam, every time. Look at that.
Obviamente se queda un poco grueso aquí,
Yeah.
entonces tenemos que irlo.
Okay, and so you see it's a little thick. So what we're gonna do is that she's gonna just thin it out. We're gonna just finish off.
Es que todo esté del mismo grosor.
Alright, everything has to be the same thickness. And yeah, so I got some cheese, some Monterey Jack cheese I was able to find. So we're making some cheese empanadas, and then we're making some meat empanadas.
Hay quienes le ponen frijol,
Yeah.
hay quienes le ponen plátano.
Yeah, and you can add anything you want. You can add fried plantains in there. You can add beans. You can add, you know, meat and potatoes. You can add ham and cheese. She's not a fan of that one. You can do a bunch of things. Yeah, so. But yeah, the cheese on this one. Only cheese, and that's it.
Lo agarramos la mitad y ya lo cerramos.
That's it. And then you just grab the other half, and then you just close it up.
Y ya.
And then that's it. And then you just finish it off.
Aplanar.
Y eso que no usa como un tenedor. And it's interesting, she doesn't use a fork. Other cultures use a fork. They don't, see?
Como las empanadas argentinas.
That's right. Yeah. Even the Cubans one, we use a fork too. Ours are bigger and they're made with more of a flour.
Hay gente que le da como pellizcadas.
Yeah, exactly.
Sí.
Yes.
Así.
Yes. That's right.
Hay muchas formas.
Yeah. Look at that.
Las
Hers are
empanadas.
nice and clean and simple. Look at that. Yummy. And that's it. So, mira, but you should do the pellizcadas to the cheese ones, and then these are the meat ones, so that way you know which is which. And that's where we got all this masa to go. And she's
Y ya
gonna.
todo es calculado.
And that's it. Everything's just perfectly calculated. So, having fun?
Sí, es divertido,
That's
es
right.
relajante.
Yeah, this is very relaxing. Just enjoying quarantine, lazy Sunday out here. So ¿tú vas a hacer una de carne ahora?
Sí.
Okay, so we're gonna do one meat one, and then we're gonna cut, and then after, you know, we'll come back to
¿Qué pasó?
the next scene in which she's gonna fry them up. It'll probably be later tonight, so I'll have the camera ready to show you later tonight. We're just gonna go through it one more time. And I know you guys like this, like just watching the process. It's a little bit of relaxing for you guys as well, watching it, a little ASMR, all that good stuff. So that's what we're doing here too. So I'm just gonna show you another one as well. So we saw the cheese one first, and now we're gonna see a meat one. And again, it's a nice afternoon. It's very hot, right?
Sí.
I think it was like up to 105 degrees again. It's like 41, 42 degrees out. I mean, 41, 42 Fahrenheit, maybe more. But 105 degrees. Very hot. And then that's it. Yeah, a little meat pocket. And it's the masa itself smells so good. It smells so corn and yummy and delicious. And yeah, you know, I can understand like why, you know, how people, like, let's say, go back to the States and they try to have tacos there, and or you know, or anything like this, and it's like, man, there's no going back once you have the real thing. And yeah, so like, again, this is the real thing. We're lucky enough to live close to, like, a couple blocks away from a lady that makes this stuff, or like it's a lady in her house, and like in a little shop. She sells other things too. But, la señora, la tortillería no venden fruta, vegetales y eso también. Yeah, so it's the same place that has like you know, just onions, and this little shop also sells that. So, all right, guys. Well, we gotta well, she has to do all these. I gotta eat them. So she's gonna finish up here, and then yeah, so we'll catch up with you guys in a little bit.
Cuando vivía sola, pues yo me preparaba estas. Obviamente no compraba 1 kilo de masa, compraba menos, compraba como 1/4, que es un poquito. Y con eso te alcanza para hacer como 5 o 6 empanadas, depende. Y ya hacía la misma carne, o le ponía verdura, o hierbas, o algo.
So when she used to live on her own, she used to basically just, just go to the corner store, buy the masa, where she used to live, and then just whatever was around, whatever was also for sale, like fresh or good, and yeah, she would just get those ingredients and just make some simple filling and make this masa, and then make these empanadas, and this is what she would have for dinner. So yeah, interesting. Nice. For lunch. Yeah, out here lunch and all that is a little different. So out here they have a humongous lunch, and then dinner is just a little bit of a snack. I'm more of like the Spaniard type of eating, meaning that I have like a nice normal lunch, I guess, but I really have a big dinner, like where my culture, where I grew up, we eat late, big, fat dinner like at 9 o'clock p.m. Here, at 9 o'clock p.m., they just have like a little snack. Their big, huge meal is like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that, right? La tres?
Sí, 2, 3 de la tarde, cuando sale la gente de su trabajo.
Yeah. So like around 3 o'clock is the big meal here. As soon as everybody gets out of work, they eat a big meal, and then yeah.
Estiras tu hamaca, hacer la digestión.
And then you just sit in your in her hammock. So like after 3 o'clock, you get out of work, and then you have your dinner, I guess, your big lunch, your supper, and then you go home and you lay in your hammock, have a little siesta, and then you go back to work. But I mean, not work, but like, back to like whatever. You gotta do house chores, you gotta do, whatever, all the other stuff you gotta do that's not paid work. Or maybe you do have your other job or what have you. And then you go do your second job, and then you come home, or late at night, then you have a snack. And your snack could be anything. It could be, if you're home, you have a snack at home, like most people. Or if you're out and about, you grab a couple tacos from the taco truck, right? Or a hot dog, or something like that.
Rápido.
Yeah, something quick, and then that would be your dinner, just something like that.
A veces solo la gente agarra y se hace un café y unas galletas y ya.
Yeah.
O yogur o cereal.
Oh, at night, por la noche. Like at nighttime también. So yeah, but I'm decafeinado, seguro, right? So yeah, so at nighttime, even dinner might be as simple as just having a decaffeinated coffee and some crackers, or just something simple. They have their big meal at lunch, and then they have like I guess like they have like a nice big breakfast too, but their big meal is at lunch, and then dinner is like nothing, light, very light. So they have a very different way of eating schedule here and stuff like that. Every
Sí,
culture
porque pues
is
ya
different.
vas a dormir, vas a hacer digestión, entonces si comes algo pesado.
Yeah, we know that. She's just explaining the reason why we eat early. Like, yeah, we know why people eat early. The how digesting thing. But again, it's just depending on the culture. My culture of Spain and Cuba, and all that. Basically, we, eat late. So, all right. Enough talking. We're gonna see if we can put this on fast forward, because I'm hungry. I want some empanadas. So I'm gonna put this on fast forward. All right. That we're almost done here. Just a few more to go, and we're gonna fry some up. She's hungry, right?
Sí.
So we're gonna fry some up. So we'll definitely show you guys in a few minutes as soon as we're finished.
Me tienes aquí trabajando.
She's like, oh, you got me working here like a Mexican. All right, guys, look at this. This is some longaniza. Some of that longaniza from Valladolid that I love so much. We were able to pick some up at that market, that that vegetable and fruit market we went to earlier. And so we're cooking some over here. You see, look at that. Ta-da. It's very crumbly. You see, it's very, very crumbly type sausage. So we just opened it up. We're gonna cook it up so we can make just the last few of these. All right, but we're about to start frying these up. I already got the oil going over here. In fact, let me get that quicker. It smells so delicious. I love this. Look how crumbly this is. See, I just put it in there. See, it's very crumbly. It's very delicious. So, yeah, I'm gonna cook that up, and then we're gonna stuff these guys up, and then that's it. And I'm gonna share some with the neighbors, because the neighbors, we got some new neighbors. I actually got some new neighbors the other day, and she's really cool, and she actually made some food and brought it to me. So, now that she did that, I gotta return the favor and bring her some empanadas. Plus, we're gonna fry them all up now anyway, so might as well. We're gonna have empanadas for dinner. I can't wait. It looks so delicious. It smells so delicious. I'm so hungry. I'll see you guys in a little bit, so I can show you guys the end result. Okay, that's probably gonna be it for here. All right, so see you back when we fry some up. All right, guys, look at that. We're still frying them up. It's late at night. Just hanging out here, having a few drinks, smoking, enjoying life. You already know the deal. So now we're gonna try some of these awesome goodies. Can't wait. Been waiting for this all night long. All night. Oh, so good. Now kiss the chef. All right, guys, that's all that's left out of all of the freaking empanadas that she made. Literally, seriously. The neighbor went to sleep early, and she couldn't get any, so I ate them all. She ate a few. I mean, how many could she possibly eat, right? ¿De cuánto tú te comiste, right? Uno cuánto, right? So, anyways, I ate most of them, like 20 of them. I'm stuffed. They're delicious. They were beyond amazing. We had some of the, the beets, with some olive oil, nice little vinegar, salt, pepper. Everything was great, and now we're gonna have some dessert. Look at that. We got the apple pie I already made, and we're good to go. We had an amazing night tonight. We had a great old time. We're stuffed. And I got some dishes to do since she did the cooking, so I gotta do the dishes, right? That's right. So, all right. Anyways, guys, thanks again for watching. You already know the deal. Don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit that bell icon. But more importantly than anything else, don't forget to stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and see you guys mañana. Bye.